Hello everyone, Nuskadamo here with another YouTube video. Today I didn't feel like putting in a lot of effort, so I'm making a tier list video for the AEW roster. Now, I wanted to make this video specifically because I was under the impression that with the Ring of Honor weekly show starting this Thursday, the roster would be split into two parts, and this would be like the last time we see it all together, and it would be fun to speculate on who put where in the card, but apparently there is no roster split, and other than that the tapings, at least according to the spoilers, don't look really all that exciting. It's pretty much just Dark 2.0 with a set of belts. I was expecting a bit more, but that's not what this video is about. Today we are going to rank all the wrestlers in the company in the context of Dynamite and Rampage. So this is the list. I'm not going to place every individual wrestler in each category because that would make the video way too long. So I'm just going to explain each category from bottom to top. And we're starting off with, of course, the category that is likely the most controversial. You know, the people who have to get out because they offer nothing to the company, at least in my opinion. You are free to disagree with this list. Doesn't make it any less objectively correct, but you can disagree if you want. So in this list we have a bunch of very boring high flyers. We have Aaron Solo, we have Top Flight, Fuego del Sol, Private Party, the Hardys, a lot of people that are outclassed by the rest of the roster. Other than that, we have Mark Henry and Big Show, who pretty much do nothing of value at all. We have Saraya, who is the worst signing probably in AEW history. We have Jake Hager, who is the second place for worst signing. And yeah, I don't know, it's people who I wouldn't care if I never saw them again on AEW TV. The only one who might rank a bit higher under different circumstances would be Chuck Taylor, because I've heard that he's really good, like in the indies, but so far nothing that I've seen from him in AEW makes me think that he is anything special. Moving on, we have the Dark Jobber category, which to make it short is just people who I would fire because I don't really like them, but I kind of feel bad for them, so I'm just gonna put them on Dark forever. Of course, you know, I can't fire a child, that would be very rude, and I can't fire people who contribute to like the locker room, like Madison Rain. In fact, actually, now that I think about it, Cutie Marshall probably also contributes in some way to backstage. I don't remember if he's a trainer or a producer, but yes, he should stick around at least for Dark, even if he's not a very good wrestler. Above that, we have the TV Jobber category, which might be a bit deceitful because it's below the mid-card and undercard category, but I actually like it more than both of those. The problem is, these are wrestlers that I can't realistically put above the jobber status if you want to put them on Dynamite and Rampage, but if it depended on me, I would feature a selection of these people pretty much every week, even if it's just for matches that don't last more than a few minutes, even if it's just for some comedy segments. As I said, I like these people a lot more than I like the people in the undercard. And speaking of, here we have a lot of meme wrestlers like Hook, who is gonna get good, guys, any day now, pretty much. Then we have Wheeler Yuta, who is a competent wrestler but has nothing else going on for him. Daniel Garcia, who is maybe, he may become a mid-carder in the future, but right now he is a good wrestler, again, with not much else going on for him. Sammy Guevara and Melo are two who I wish I could put higher, but the way they're booked, I just can't care about any of them. Maybe it's because they've been paired with Chris Jericho. Maybe it's because there isn't really much to do for an intergender team, but it's a shame that they're this low, because in other situations I would put them much higher. In the mid-card we have most of the roster. We have pretty much everyone here who appears every week. Like we have the tag team division, the Acclaimed, the Gun Club, and one half of the Butcher and the Blade, the Young Bucks. It's people that I like, Brian Cage may be a bit of a hot take to some. Like, for some reason, people really dislike Brian Cage. I never understood that. He wrestles like pretty much one of the people in the undercard tier or the Fire is S tier, but he also has a good look. Like, that's really all there is to it. If he didn't look as good as he did, I would probably fire him, but because he goes to the gym once in a while, he gets to stay in the mid-card. Then we have people who I wish were used more, like Hobbs and Trent Beretta and Ortiz. But yes, that's pretty much it. It's a very self-explanatory tier. And above that we have the upper mid-card, which features a lot of people who should probably be booked better than what they are currently. I don't know. I'm not the 3 times booker of the year. Maybe I'm stupid for wanting to see Miro in the upper mid card and Takeshita, but yeah. Frankie Kazarian is a funny one because he left for Impact, even though he's one of the better wrestlers in the company. He was one of the better wrestlers in the company before he left. Samoa Joe is an obvious one. Strickland too. Wardlow, as of now, is really stagnating, but it's not his fault. Jay Little, incredibly underrated wrestler. Same for Pac and Ricky. No, Ricky Starks is really underrated as of now. Chris Jericho, I don't really like him, but if we can book him in a way that every feud doesn't last 6 months, then he's absolutely an upper mid-carder. And of course, to top it all off, we have the main eventers, which are very obvious to anyone who is familiar with AEW: Danielson, Punk, Kenny Omega, Moxley, MJF. Of course, we also have the women in this tier. There isn't really many of them. I'm not sure if the person who made the list has missed a few, because I don't pay a lot of attention to the division, but yes, these are the women. Of course, Jamie Hater, very deserving of her position as champion. And that's the list. Of course, when I put in Punk on the main event spot, I'm ignoring the drama that he brings to the locker room whenever he says something. This is kind of a hypothetical situation, but it applies also to people like Andrade and Miro, who apparently are a pain in the ass backstage. and Eddie Kingston too, apparently. So yes, this is my tier list. If you have any death threats to make in the comments, please feel free to let me know, and until next time, thanks for watching again. I will be publishing the new devlog somewhere in this decade, and yeah.